Alright, we're back, part 4. So what I want to do now is just trace again the movement of who this third person personal pronoun in verse 10 could be, he was in the world. So what we got is, in the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, the Word was God. So the Word is God. He was in the beginning with God. All things came into being through Him. Without Him was nothing made that was made. So the Word and God are synonymous here. God created through His Word, and the Word is God. So you can't separate the Word and God here. But we know that in verse 4, in Him was life, and that life was the light of all people. That God Himself, being the Creator, is the one who holds the power of life in His very being. That life is like light. It illuminates. What would our world be like without light? What would this video right now be without the lights in this room? You couldn't see. Nothing would exist. There would be nothing to observe. The very way our eyes work is that light reflects off of every object in this room and then transmits signals into our brain that say, this looks like this is this color, this is this shape. And so this life that is in God, this creative force that belongs to His person as the Creator, is the light that gives light to everyone. So this light is to shine on everyone. Okay? And then it says, the light shines in darkness, and darkness cannot overcome it. There was a man sent from God, whose name was John. So, this here, God being the Word, who has life in Him, whose life is light to everyone, He sent a man named John. And John's purpose is to witness or testify to the light. So if he's going to testify to the light, he's going to testify to that which is going to benefit everyone, this light that is the life that is a product of the creative power of the Creator of the universe, the Word, God Himself. So what you can't do here is say that Jesus is the light so directly that He becomes that created thing that God did in Genesis chapter 1 verse 3 when He said, let there be light. No, God is the Word. God is the one who spoke the light into being. So we can't say that Jesus is the light so directly as to equate Him with something that was created. No, this is establishing the Word as being in the beginning with God, existent prior to what we're going to call theologically His incarnation. But nonetheless, the gospel writer is not afraid to say that John, who was sent to testify to the light, was himself not the light, but he came to testify to the light, and the true light, which enlightens everyone, was coming into the world. So that now, this activity of illumination that the Word was going to bring to the world can now be equated with His very person. So the Word is one who illuminates. So when you think of light, and when we say Jesus is the light, or God is the light, think of function rather than being. That God is an illuminator. Jesus illuminates to the world and gives sight to them as to what they were not able to see before. But don't think of Him as that those created rays that you and I now depict in drawings like this. That's not what He is. He is the life. He is God. Okay? So then, we're looking at all this. John's to testify to the light, and it's a light that's going to enlighten everyone. And He was in the world. Is it talking about John? The world came to being through Him? No. Can't be talking about John, because John's a man, and a man is a created being. So, this is not about John. He was in the world is talking about the Word. The Word was in the world, and the world came into being through Him, as we see Everything that was made through him, but the world did not know him. So, as this is a prologue, and it's not chronological, but it's meant to give you a structure to work around understanding the rest of the book, we need to understand that it's telling us things in advance. And what we're to get is that this word came into the world, that there was a distance between God as the creator and his creation. And by him coming into the world, the creator joined his creation. So the creator joins his creation by coming into the world. This word here is the Greek word cosmos, or in Greek it looked like that. And it means more than just earth. There's another word in Greek that depicts earth. And theologically, there's a wonderful connection with the understanding of the word earth. But that's not what's being introduced to us here. What's being introduced to us is this word here that we translate world. And really, the cosmos in the Bible is to tell us of not just the planet that we live on, but about its system and order, the way it functions, how it operates. That men have ethical systems, religious systems, political systems. They have economic, monetary systems that they develop, cultural, religious systems that they develop, and that these systems define and give meaning to the world in which they live. And so when the Johannine community uses the word world, it is depicting not the planet and the terrain, but rather those systems that have been created by the world that give us meaning in how we function on the day-to-day. So it's telling us here that the Word, the Creator, joined His creation into this world. This is coming against all those who would like to say that God came seemingly like a man who kind of participated in the things of this world, but really was distanced from it because after all He was God. This is an argument against that. Those kind of people, by the way, are called Docetists, and it comes from the Greek word dokeo, which means it's seen, or I seen, and they have made God only seem to incarnate. But that is not what this man, John, is going to testify to. And that is not what the Johannine community is going to testify to, because it's part of their testimony that God is going to join His creation and enter into its world full of all its systems. Again, the systems, familial, economic, political, religious, cultural. That He's going to function as a part of it. And when He enters into these systems to participate in them, the world is not going to receive Him. The systems of this world reject the Creator Himself. That which you and I survive by, that which you and I feel is so normal to us, it's our world. The way we see how family is right, the way we see money is right, and all those other things I said, that we are blinded to the illumination that God Himself could bring to such a degree that when God comes into the world, we don't accept Him. We reject the illumination He has to offer. We'll continue on number 5 next time. God bless.